All right, Fez, it's time for your masturbation time. Up on the iBang right now, new pictures of the brand new bat suit. I guess this is it Zack Snyder designed?
Yeah.
The Zack Snyder designed bat suit, or at least eventually okayed by him. The pictures are up. We can't get to it because, well, we're us. We are never going to grab something quick and easy. There it is. And it sure looks like a bat suit to me. I guess I should be saying, that looks so fucking badass awesome. Excuse me, why my fucking balls explode.
No, it's not like the original. They're different. They're going away from the story. It's not canon.
Fez is jerking off a bat signal on the fucking ground right now.
I'm not thrilled with this. The ears on the cow are way too little. It really looks like
ears on the cow are way too little. Way too little. Way too little.
It really looks like an Adam West Batman mask.
I thought you liked Adam West.
I do, but not in the movies. I like watching the TV show for the camp, but I don't want to see that on the film ones. It's a chance to do it differently.
So you want the Batman to be different all the time?
Well, yeah. I think this is... I don't know. I don't like this costume at all.
The hysterical detective has spoken. He doesn't like the costume, even though it looks to me like the regular bat costume.
There was another one that was rumored to be being used, one from one of the comic books, and this is not it. I don't know how Ben Affleck's going to fit his face in that. The cowl is way too round.
You know, I was watching a Parks and Rec rerun the other night, and he went out, Adam Scott went and bought the bat suit for himself on Treat Yourself Day. And his face looks so fat in it, and you know he's not a fat face. There's something about, you cannot wear that. And, Sal, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron, I just want to ask you, are you sure that guy that you see at the newsstand isn't just talking on his Bluetooth? You see a lot of that these days.
Yeah, I know. I always play a game with myself called Crazy or Bluetooth. But the point is, I've seen him yelling into traffic. And I know it's probably just people, you know, honking and shit would probably drive you crazy after an all-day scene. But, no, I think he's kind of losing it. There's not much I can do. Is there a dumber word than cowl that we have? C-O-L-L. By the way, is the only time that it's used, right?
It's the only time, yeah, when it's a hood combined with a mask.
But when does that happen other than Batman?
It doesn't. It's just, we only hear about it with Batman. Everything else is a hood or a mask. I think even Captain America, who has a similar costume, that's not called a hood, that's his mask.
Well, his is great because he doesn't always have to wear it.
Drives me nuts.
Because everybody knows who he is.
He's fucking, yeah, he's just a World War II soldier from the past.
But apparently a really good one.
Yeah, he's badass. He got pumped full of, I don't know, chemicals.
That Captain America doing way better than the Spider-Man.
That's Marvel. It's the real Marvel movies. Like, Sony has Spider-Man or whatever, but the Marvel, when they put out a movie, that's when they fucking crush it.
All right, some great backstory. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
some great facts that I get to hear constantly from fucking nerds who try to tell me. But here's the Batman again, and at least if we go by Fez, disappointing.
Very disappointing.
It looks like it's going to be... is the whole movie going to be black and white? Because that would be a fucking cool idea.
It's going to be very dusty. He cannot afford a car wash in this movie.
Well, he's Texas It looks like he's Texas Batman here. We're going to make sure the streets of San Antonio stay clean. Everyone knows that you have to be really dusty with your car. I think it's so fucking funny that if you make these things, you'll make money, but you will do nothing but piss off people who give you the money. It's like they show up and eat steaks and then yell out that this is the worst thing ever.
They're still giving you the money, though. It's so fucking weird.
Tom, in Boston, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, there's another thing called a cowl. It's actually on a car. It's the area just behind the hood, but just before the windshield. That little area where the wiper arms come out of, that's called a cowl. Some older cars have what's called cowl induction, where they actually suck the air from that little gap and force it into the engine that way.
I'm sorry, I fucking dozed off to sleep while you were explaining stuff to me. Andrew in New Jersey.
Hey, Ronnie B. Hey, when Fez says costume, it sounds like he's saying costume, the way his nemesis Sam Robert pronounces it.
It's very funny because he did not used to say it that way until Sam did. And Fez will take on people's vocabulary, even accents. I've noticed that about him.
Yeah, he's...
Sam grew up in England.
Yeah, just like Fez.
I've never heard Sam Roberts say the word costume to begin with.
He's said like that all the time. It's a bit that they do on O&A. And you probably were just sitting there and trying to, as you were listening at home, trying to sound the world off into your head enough till you could eventually adapt it.
He's starting to say especially like I do. Especially.
He does the same thing. He picks up a little bit from everybody. It was great. Now, you're not going to be a big fan of this Ben Affleck Batman.
No, everything seems disappointing. All the news that comes out.
I want you and go on your nerd fucking websites that you go to and tell everybody my idea for my new movie, Batman. Thousands and thousands of Batmen. Really causing a lot of havoc. And one of the things that they have on... You know how he always wears that belt with all the stuff on it?
Oh, yeah, the utility belt.
That sounds gay. There's a rape kit on it. So they can fake rapes on people, have them report it, and then prove them wrong. This is going to be a giant movie for me. And if this works, it's going to go into my next, which I think will make billions of dollars.
What's that?
Titanics. A bunch of boats hitting a bunch of icebergs and a bunch of guys drowning while their girlfriends cry. Titanics. 1,000 times better than Titanic.
Could it just be one iceberg that's 1,000 times bigger than the one that hit the Titanic, and then all the ships keep running into it?
No. That's dull. I'm looking at thousands, because this is taking place all over the world. So you'll see a Chinese jack, an Islamic jack. One of the jacks will be in a box. And it's going to be exciting stuff. I did have a flop with gladiators. I'm not going to push on with it.
They can't fit them all in the stadium.
Well, there was always a lot of gladiators, and that's what I fucking forgot. I got a World War II movie called Army Men, and none of the guys' knees or arms bend. They just kind of always in whatever stance they are. My favorite is the one of a sniper. I always thought the sniper had to be the greatest fucking position. A, you get to lay down at work. Very few jobs you pull that off. I mean, you got to be a hooker or an astronaut to really be able to fucking lay down at work.
You cannot move at all, though, for like hours. Which, I mean, you scratch your nose or something.
Believe me, those guys scratch their nose. They just say they don't.
They're like 3 kilometers out from wherever they're shooting.
I'm sorry, are you British?
Well, they always say clicks.
But click isn't short for kilometer.
It isn't?
No.
Short for clickbait. I'm 3 clickbaits out.
Or your fucking thing, gay bait.
No, I don't proposition men.
I don't think you could get laid by a man. I'm being totally honest about that.
Good. I don't want that to happen.
I'm just saying you couldn't. You couldn't do it.
I don't know. He has to smile for it.
What's his chances of picking up a guy?
0%.
Okay.
He'd get rejected more than I do in a gay bar.
I don't know about that. You're actually O for life.
If I were trying to get a dude, I would just go into a bathroom and say, who wants some fucking head? And I think eventually some guy would be like, all right, suck my dick. whereas Fez won't even do that. So I'm definitely above Fez if I were gay.
You're right. I won't stand next to the urinals and yell, "Who wants to suck my dick?"
That's why I don't think that you're gay. And actually, here's your problem. He said he'd be willing to blow people. Let's put it this way. If a woman walked into a men's room and says, "I'm here to blow someone," anyone, she'd get a dick in her mouth. No matter what she looked like.
Before she even got the sentence out.
Yeah. Maybe if she didn't even get the sentence out. If she just ended up there. And you say, my dick's already out. Now, that Louis thing last night, did that remind you of Fez a little bit? Like the fat girl?
Yeah.
The thing, if I just want to hold hands, I just want to be with somebody? Because that's always what Fez is trying to tell us.
Louis, it's getting very rough to watch. The fat girl episode, I was just cringing at when she would get upset at him. And then the next episode with the trapped in the elevator, too.
Why don't we start something with you called Bad Reviews, where it's just you've internalized it and made it about you, which is so unlike Fez.
The hysterical reviewer.
I honestly don't, and thanks for repeating, but there's sometimes that your internal life, it almost has a gravitational pull. It is so fucking heavy. The me thing. Like, how does this affect me? But instead of being upset about that, I thought you would have identified, because that thing that she was saying to him, you have said to us, not with a lot of eloquence like she used. You grunt and moan more and keep saying the over and over. But she was trying to say she feels invisible in the dating world. And you said that you felt invisible.
Oh, yeah, I get just past...
You're invisible in the gay world, is the way you explained it to us.
I am totally invisible in the gay world. And even when I'm trying to interact, like there was one time where I just tried to interact with a group of people I didn't know. They were talking right next to me, so I just tried to join the conversation. I wasn't getting looked at. I wasn't getting answered back to. I was still invisible, even though I was talking in a group.
Weird. And you for a living do this. And the gay scene just fucking totally intimidates you.
Absolutely. Yeah, things like that make me terrified to even try it again. I remember that night, as soon as I got rejected, I just went home. I couldn't even get myself to try to find some other group or other person to talk to.
What were you saying to them?
I think they were talking about some TV show or something that had happened in New York. It was something like that, and I was just trying to join the conversation, and then absolutely nothing, no reaction, not even anyone looking at me.
I'm sure they saw you. They were just trying not to.
Just talk about a really young show. Yeah. We'll leave.
Oh wow, that's mean. Yeah, he was probably bringing up the black and white shows that he grew up on.
God, I love Amos and Andy too, you guys.
How about Tammy? Anyone remember the show Tammy? Here's the thing, Fez, and it's true of whether it's gay dating, sales. It doesn't matter what. What are you upset about in there?
Oh, I was just getting some information.
But why did that have you upset, that you were getting information?
Because I was trying to listen to what you were saying.
Who was giving you information?
Steve Leeds.
Well, what did Steve want to say?
Steve was just saying that Blondie's going to be about 5 minutes late.
Late for what? We don't even have them scheduled. There's no such thing as late. But don't be upset. This is your job. But what I'm trying to say to you, it doesn't matter if you're gay dating, in sales, being a person, you can't have loser stink. You know what I mean? Like you said that you were desperate or whatever. You can't be desperate. No matter what you're dealing with, you got to act like you don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that gets you over in life.
You should just go to another gay club. It's not like there's just one gay club.
I haven't gone to
The Advice Show. The Advice Show.
Turtle in Iowa.
Hey, buddies. Fez, isn't New York like the major leagues of the gay community?
As gay as it gets.
Upstate? Yeah, go upstate where it's more like double A or maybe single A.
Maybe if you could spend even a little time in Reading, you know what I mean? Just going down there, working out with that ball club until you get your shoulder back.
Isn't it kind of the opposite? Like, wouldn't the challenge be to pick up a gay guy in Omaha or someplace? Like in New York, they're everywhere.
There is no excuses. That's the thing that it always comes back to with Fez. And this is the time he'll come out of his shell now because we're willing to talk about his problems. But there is no excuse. To say a gay guy can't get laid is exactly like saying a woman can't get laid. Even in that Louis episode, the girl was saying, I could get fucked. You would fuck me in a heartbeat. You just don't want to walk around and hold my hand. Until you proved her wrong by snatching that meaty and making her feel like $1 million.
How you like that, lady?
Okay? Look at me, here on the other side of town, where nobody knows me. I'm going to go over here to my buddy Fuck. Hey, Fuck.
Hey, Pepper, having a blowjob, buddy?
No, I don't. I'm not. If I were gay, is what I was saying.
I'll take one, too.
What's up,
Sucking anyone's dick.
Shelby, you in for a BJ?
Sure.
Okay, you got 3.
Get under this table, big boy.
I'm not
Beautiful.
Do me a favor. Don't blow us all at the same time like we're some kind of a fucking mouth organ, because that gets embarrassing.
That's a head train.
Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't like a nice tip touching?
Shave that beard, too. I don't want it scratching my balls.
Now, here, within seconds. See, this is the thing about Fez. If you would be offering blowjobs, I bet he could even get to blow a lot of straight dudes. Saying like, okay, but you swear you can't tell anybody at work.
The mustache does look intriguing. It's like a car wash.
I would have to tell people at work. I'd be so excited.
Al, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Fez, I mean, there's all kind of stuff out there. You got Farmers Only and the specific sites. Maybe like toenail collectors for gays only or something like that.
The Advice Show.
It's the Advice Show with Fez Watley. Fez, have you ever heard of this Grinder that Chris was telling us about? It's called Grinder.
It's an app.
It's an app, and they find somebody for you immediately.
The Advice Show.
You can make it an account.
You ever think about changing that shirt or doing something about the mustache?
There's this website called daddyhunt.com.
I think there's something just really disturbing under that mustache. They're just trying to hide.
Here's the weird thing on Daddy Hunt.
It's a regular sized lip.
Whoa. That was fucking great, Fez. That was my favorite line you did. You made him feel bad about his big dumb lip. Why are there children in here cheering? That's really...
I had them in the booth.
It's a booth, another word, asshole, word like gay talk for asshole.
Yes.
I got him in the booth. Now, the guy on Daddy Hunt, Fez is better looking than him.
I mean, this guy looks like a creep.
He does look like a fucking creep.
And he has like an overbite.
And it looks like I'm going to fucking just sit here and back up Sterling. It looks like he's walking around with AIDS. And he should be ashamed of himself. You should be ashamed getting AIDS. How about this? He's bringing up, like, putting down people with AIDS to Anderson Cooper. And Anderson's just like, yeah, it's HIV, not AIDS. Still, Anderson, it's disgusting. What has this fucker ever done in his life? Nothing. Can you imagine anyone who could say to Magic Johnson, you've accomplished nothing? How about this? Saved the basketball in the 1980s?
No. Who says that?
They weren't even putting playoff games on in real time in the 1980s until Bird Magic. They saved basketball. They saved the league. The league was in trouble.
Just to be able to have everybody call you Magic is just an accomplishment in all of itself.
Here's our friend Blowhard. Hey, Blowhard.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, I've been listening to you guys since you landed in New York, and the guests never really impressed me too much, but today is a very special day, and you got Debbie Harry walking in there. I was just going to say, you think after the interview you can, like, just quietly slip her my phone number and email address?
Yeah, I'll do it for the whole audience if anybody wants to email you.
I would really appreciate it because you know my love for her. I don't care. I mean, it goes.
You saw her. What did you see her before they started putting out albums?
I first saw them around '76. They were big in England. And I remember buying the first couple of albums. They were imports. And the one concert that stands out the most, they played Central Park once, and it was in the late 70s. And I was right in the front row, and it was as if she was singing to me.
That's uncomfortable.
And it was really creepy, yeah. And then one time, I think I told you this story before, she was outside of Max's Kansas City, and I guess I was still in high school, and my friends and I, we went to see them, well, another band, actually, and she walked with another woman, about 10 blocks down towards 14th Street, and I followed her like a creepy stalker that I am.
Wow.
And finally, I think she had an idea that this big 6'6" doofus teenager was walking behind her with his friend, and she just got into a cab. But
smart move.
Of all the guests that you've had, though, I mean, I've been so impressed when you had Walt Frazier, all my heroes, Joe Namath, and Debbie. To me, I mean, and I just watched Videodrome the other night. It was really weird seeing it after all these years. You know, but I'm just happy that you're getting her, and I just wanted to say that. And you know, she's still one of the greats. And what could I say? I'll be listening with my ear up to the speakers.
Ghost of Download is the new album that she's got out.
And I got a comment from Fez.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to a friend of mine who's gay. He's a gay podiatrist. I know.
Smart.
Yeah, he's married. He just had a gay wedding last year. And I asked him. I said, you know, I got a friend. You know, he's a little older and he's kind of bear-like. And I said, where can he find a good guy? You know what he told me? He said, tell your friend to stay away from the bars. They're just gonna, they're gonna hustle him and take his money. Go work for a charity. There are so many gay charities that help people, and those where you find the people with substance and the people who aren't going to kill you, the people who aren't going to rape you and rob you.
The Advice Show.
That's my first advice show ever in all these
But
years.
can I tell you, I know that Fez has been told the charity thing for 5-6 years.
And I think it's still the greatest way to meet good, decent people.
But that would mean that he'd have to help someone.
Well,
and he doesn't want any part of that.
Yeah, all right. Well, listen, again, thank you for getting Debbie on, and I'll be listening. And
I did it only for you, my friend. When it came up,
Ronnie,
I'm like,
that's why I love you,
Blowhard has been asking me to do this for many, many years.
I appreciate it, brother. God bless. And Fez, hang in there, buddy.
Thank you, Blowhard.
Thank you, Blowhard. If we had like a Fez Watley line of the day, I think that one would be perfect. He got you on the lip thing. You felt like you took a paper right in the snout, didn't you?
Yeah. Took me out from under my legs. I didn't see where it was coming from.
I know. It's hard to stay on your pins. This is a moving fucking boat. And things are looking up for you, right, Fez? You're taking over guest booking.
Yes, I am going to be handling that from now on. That's why Steve Leeds was coming to me with the Blondie update.
You don't even feel slightly bad about that?
No, I feel it has to be done, and I feel good in my new position.
Chris, how are you going to be spending your free time now?
Not sure. Gonna figure out maybe it's a little more production.
Little?
Yeah, a little more.
You don't think he does enough of it, Fez?
Well, booking is a big job.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with all that extra time, you should be able to do more than a little booking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. Are you excited with your new position?
I am thrilled with this.
How are you going to start and handle yourself differently?
I may start wearing a tie, jacket, dress the part.
I love it. I love what you're going. I love that you are, seriously, dressing like you've already got the job and acting like you've already got it.
Oh, yeah. Jeans may be out for me. I don't know.
See, the thing is, this is why I think you're going to end up doing good with gays. Because you're going to act like you've already banged a lot of these guys.
Been around the block 3-4 times.
In my mind, I've already been booking the show all along.
You're taking this well, Chris. I admire that.
It's a rage inside of me that I feel is about to fucking explode.
That's good radio. Keep it inside. They always tell you in radio, when you have an opinion that's extreme...
Why does someone always have to get mad when I'm having a great time?
That's true.
Feds, how are you going to book the show when you have to forward me emails from booking to see what time and day they're coming in? That's A. B, I know you have a great relationship with everyone in the booking department. I know they call you and go to you when there's anything comes up.
So you're telling me I'm making a mistake already?
Well, of course they're not going to me yet. I just got the job 10 minutes ago.
They don't come to you because you've had so many bad experiences with them.
I didn't even think of this. Shelby, you back up Chris this or Fez?
They're both making great points here. Yeah, two titans going against each other.
Who do I have a bad time with?
Hold on. I'm listening to my dull color man. Yeah, both a couple of titans. Normally in broadcasting, you have to finish the sentence and not trickle off. David, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, buddies, I'm loving this new Fez. He takes Shelby down a peg, and now he just knocked Pepper down a peg. Ron, you better watch it. You're next in the crosshairs.
You know what? When Fez fucking lays me out, I'll fucking be knocked out smiling. I'll be so happy. I like where you're going. You took down fucking Spider Rico. That was no problem for you. You came in against a very easy Joe Glass.
Oh, no.
And took away his booking.
I'll be knocking you down with great guests.
Jesus Christ.
I love that. I'm suddenly in a good mood now because I got Fez back. All this time, you think you just really needed the booking job?
You know what? I think that was the key to it. Now I'm integrated into the SiriusXM system of things, where before, just happened on the glass looking to get in.
You're going to trust the guy who was called a lurker by everyone in the booking department.
Now, Roland started that.
Yeah, that wasn't everyone. That was Roland.
Just saying.
He's not a lurker. See, here's the thing.
I'm not a lurker anymore. I'm a booker, baby.
The gays thought he was a lurker, too.
Yeah.
I think he's just a guy stepping in the middle of stuff. Chris, I've seen you say some anti things about Fez.
Yeah.
I haven't heard you say one pro Chris thing.
I have a long, great track record in booking this show for the last 7 years, or 7.5 years in July.
Does any of that make up for the fact that you gave me the wrong movie on a guest today?
That was the first time that's ever happened. And
what if it was the first time you ran over a kid? Should you keep your fucking license? And I felt like you were driving down. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They were letting out an elementary school. You were drunk and you went up on the sidewalk. You can't jump out and say to the cops, 7 years, I've never done that.
So what? I just jerked the wheel. These kids, the parents will get over it.
Andy in Ontario, you're on the Run of Fez show. Andy in Ontario.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Are you going to tighten it for him is what I'm asking you, Chris. I'm keeping you involved.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's already done.
What can we do for you, Andy?
Well, I got a great idea, man. I was lucky enough to read a fantastic article on Vice yesterday of a new movie called Viral Loads. I was wondering if anybody got to hear that yet.
No. None of us have heard of it. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't heard of this.
John in Tennessee.
Hey, Ron, do you think Debbie Harry gets tired of talking about Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
What are you talking about?
We know when Damone is in the mall and he walks up to the cutout of Debbie. He's just like, "Hey, Debbie, how you doing? You know, isn't this great?"
Wow, kids really turned on him fast. And this is Fez Whatley Day. Fez does incredibly well when he finds out that somebody else has hit the ground. When you can feel superior to anyone, it's a good day for Fez.
I'm just here to pick up the pieces. That's what I do.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Well, you are the new executive booker.
Say that again. I love the title.
You're the new executive booker for the Ron and Fez show.
Hear that, intern?
Yes, it's a step up from co-host. So congratulations to you.
Pilot all on this big neck. This big bad neck.
What?
Pilot on this big bad neck of mine. I can take it.
You see, it sounded to me like you were doing a Shelby impression. What do you got there, Shelbo? There. Okay. So how long away are we looking from Blondie? We don't know.
There should be just a minute. Excuse me, I have guests.
Wait a minute, what did he mean by that?
I believe he's checking on them, is what he meant.
Okay. So he said, should be just a minute. Excuse me, I have guests.
It's like he's at his house or something.
I don't know what he meant.
Sounds like he's throwing a dinner party.